A beautiful good morning to you. I have my Castle coffee for a change here. We are getting ready to put it down and do a first thing in the morning news brief. I know that some of you are just waiting with bated breath for my very witty news report, so let's get on it. Now, we will go immediately to the news and let's see what's going on, shall we? Let's see what's happening in the world today. Here we go. Drudge Report. Okay. Here's all the news fit to be heard. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. Much the same as last night. It said that customs computers were shut down across the nation. I don't know what happened with that. Maybe they're all just letting everybody go in. I don't know. I think they did that before. They had to let everybody go because they couldn't get their shit together. This Caramucci or whatever his name is, Sakamucci or whatever his name is, that Trump hired like a year ago or something. He says he's crazy, and he says that Trump is a paper tiger who will drop out by March. Ironically, my landlady thinks the same exact thing, except she thinks he's smart, that he's had enough of this, and he just wants to go be with his model wife and, 13-year-old son now? Okay, and then in red letters, it's saying that Trump personally was on the phone with 3 of the major banks, CEOs, when the stock market tanked 800 points. Remember I was telling you about this? I told you to kind of make sure that you start making a little bit of preparations. Not that we're preppers! Okay? But make a little preparations. Make sure you have food for a couple of weeks. Make sure you have food for a month. Let's get serious, okay? Get a bag of rice. Get some black beans in the can. They're good when you mix it with it. Go to Taco Bell and snitch some of those little sauces so it tastes like something. Get some plastic forks. Get a couple gallons of emergency water, put it away, 10, 15 gallons of water. It'll last you, if you really conserve it, it'll last you maybe a week, week and a half, unless you have a big family. Just do little things like that. It might cost $50, $60 at a shot. If you can afford to do it, do it. If you can't, hey, I understand. It's cheap. Do what you can, okay? If you find a bucket on the side of the road, grab it if it looks clean and it doesn't look at all shitted up. Grab it, okay? And then go to Home Depot and spend $2 and get the cover. I have one here somewhere. You get the cover. Put the cover on the water and maybe throw a dash of bleach or 2 in there. You could still bathe with it. You could still brush your teeth with it, possibly. But you could still bathe with it or do something. So then put a drop or 2 of bleach in a 5-gallon, maybe a little shot like that of bleach, that much. A little eyedropper, if that. Half of an eyedropper. Then you're safe here in this little family because the subscribers here, I'm going to try to give advice for you that's going to be good advice, and that is make sure you're preparing because it is possible we could have bank runs, and you folks don't know how possible it is. If that 800, and this has already happened before, the stock market went down 650 points the day before, what was it, Christmas or Thanksgiving or something? I think it was Christmas. It went down 600 points. And that was during Christmas when people should have been buying their ass off. A quarter of the loans right now, a quarter of the car loans are G-Dog loans, okay? You folks know what those are. That's a G-Dog, you understand? So there's subprime, you know, there are many of them, I think they said it was 18% or better, are behind by 3 months, which means that the tow truck is waiting outside any given time. I know, I used to be like this too. I had absolutely no fear of my car being repossessed. And of course it always was. So I speak from experience. We will keep on now. That's my little request of my subscribers, make sure you're okay. We want you, if there's an internet, we want you to check in here if anything happens and say, hey, we're okay over here. You know, we had powdered milk here, you know, because we got young ones. We got powdered milk. They don't like it so much, but you know what? It's all right. Hey, I got a carton of cigarettes, man. You know, I don't give a shit about dying of emphysema. We want to smoke 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cigarettes a day. So be it. Okay, we'll get back to the very interesting news report. All right. They got these forks now, these human forks. I don't know if you've seen it, but they're designed to trap people on the ground. It's bizarre. And the Chinese have invented them. They look like you ever see those things that the women do their eyes with, their eyelashes? It looks like that, except really big, and it's designed to pin people down on the ground. It's bizarre. I don't know if it's on here. I'll show you if I can see it. Okay, Hong Kong's richest man warns protesters and Beijing against violence. Why? Because they'll think they're a bunch of fucking dumb chinks? Is that why? We already know it. Alright? We already know. Anybody that's been over there fucking knows. We already get it. Anybody that's dated one of those fucking women know that they're fucking 3,000 years behind us. There's a genetic gap. You can't do anything with them. They know how to do it. That's it. After that, everything is dicey. What you can count on by being human, you can't. Trump is the fattest president since William Howard Taft. It's still showing that Trump is losing to every Democratic contender. I mean, I think he'd even lose to the Chinese guy. I forgot his name. And there's only like 78 surnames in Chinese, so it's either like Chang or Jink or Pink or something like that. He could probably beat him. Even if he said he wouldn't, well, maybe you'd have to give everybody $1,000 a month, like he's promising over 18 years old. Maybe he could make it everybody, including the people that are under 18. You know, stop abortions, wouldn't it? Okay. North Korea fires 2 more missiles into the sea. This space plane looks pretty cool. This Virgin Atlantic space plane, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I don't understand it. I think they're going to call it the Vomit Comet. I think you're supposed to go up and go into anti-gravity, out of the gravity. But I think what it does is it corkscrews you when you get all the way up. So I think a lot of these people are going to be suing when they get up there. Cigar-shaped UFO spotted during meteor shower over Wyoming. Okay. Oh, here it is. Check this out. This is brought to you, of course, by China. Who else? Look at that. They've got these little things that grab you. They're like, you ever see those the things that women do their eyelashes with? I think that they close on you, like they'll grab your arm, or I don't know what it is, but it's bizarre. But it looks like it probably does a pretty effective job against little Oriental people. See? I would bet you that would be very effective. Now they're talking about it's probably, let's read a little bit on this. The Chinese are prepared to use those little forks, those big forks on people. They're calling them big forks. Terrifying giant fork. Terrifying? Try to do that to an American, you motherfuckers. Try to do that to a black guy here in the United States. They'll fuck you up. They'll crack you over the goddamn head with it. Terrifying. To a bunch of fucking chinks. Yeah. No offense. I mean, it is because here you get to go to jail and you do some bass on the bars of the jail. Over there, it don't work like that. Over there, you get re-educated. So, what a mess, man. That is a mess. All right, let's see what it says about these giant forks. Now it's forcing me to go through this whole survey, so we'll just have to understand that they're big forks that the little Oriental men are terrified of, and of course the Oriental woman, that goes without saying. Tiananmen crackdown, and then they said it could be a run on banks, and that could begin it, that could start it. And it's possible. If they really get motivated with that, Hong Kong could shut down the banking system. It'll begin there and it could spread. Mulan star supports crackdown, calls for Disney boycott. Oh, this is nice. Delta passengers were stranded for 8 hours on a JFK runway. They were stranded 8 hours at JFK. JFK isn't, you know what? It might have been better than the terminal, because anybody that's been in JFK, it's the Bean and Frank dinner of airports. You go in there and it's just amazingly, it was really, really bad for a while. But that whole area is shitty. And even if you go outside and you look at where they land, just that whole area looks shitty, with the exception of those really expensive houses that are over there that you can see in the background. Especially in the winter, it looks so dank and depressing. All right, religious black voters weigh Mayor Pete Butti. Evidently he's found God. How Butti found God? He found God. Okay, so worry not. Yeah, God's probably a transgender too. Seriously, think about it. He's a transgender. Stowaway found on flight from Havana to Miami. I remember it was on a smaller plane. Now he's in custody. They'll probably send him back. You know what? I got a different feeling on that. You know what my feeling is? I like the Cubans. Isn't that weird? But in the beginning, I was kind of resentful for it because they changed a lot of stuff down there. But man, the Cuban people are good people. They really are. I hate to say that, but the Cuban people are good people. Yeah, we love them. We do. Especially spoken English. Let's see. Of course, Epstein's death is ruled as suicide by hanging. Of course. When you've got a 6'4" man who's 235 pounds, and you've got a bunk bed that's fucking 5'10", you know it's a slam dunk. Come on, folks. Fucking the people are so goddamn stupid. Do you see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? And they had the nerve to keep horse shit feeding us this. Well, it's very possible that his cellmate helped him and gave him some moral support and some physical support so that he could hang himself. You fucking assholes. Top state officials labeled staff traitors. Katy Perry accused again. Well, we're going to look into this, so to speak. Let's see. Maybe she pulled a girl's pants down this time. Katy Perry accused of sexually harassing TV presenter Tina Kandelaki. Can I call it or can I call it? Okay, she's an equal opportunity pervert. Katy Perry. I wish she'd pull my pants down. Of course, people would start running and stuff. But I mean, like, this is awesome. This girl is so pretty. And can you imagine her singing to you? I think I'd ejaculate. Honestly, I would ejaculate upon about the third note with her. Look at this girl. She is so pretty. Now, she evidently was doing something she shouldn't have done with that girl. Oh, she looks familiar. She looks really pretty. Well, what did she do? Hang on, we don't have much time here. When she was intoxicated, Perry tried to kiss her at a party without her consent. Folks, will you fucking stop it? Seriously, what are they going to have, the mind-reading police that you thought that you were going to kiss somebody? Take care. That's our morning news wrap up. Bye bye.